Then pull out a bottle of hot sauce and down the entire bottle, slam it to the ground and say, I can handle the heat.
Yeah.
That you start. Okay. It's like when you get bit by a bug, like a mosquito, and then you feel like they're everywhere. Like you think you hear them.
Yeah, totally.
Wait, is it just my paranoia?
Well, no.
Manifesting in a mosquito-specific context.
No. I feel the same way. Like if one bug lands on me, then I feel like there's bugs. Like
and
I'm
I just
super
start
sensitive
swatting
to it.
Everywhere.
But I don't think that means that there's more bugs.
No, it feels like it. That's what I'm saying.
So you feel like there's.
I'm not saying there are more bugs. It's like
yeah.
It's like that'd be like if I thought because I got a Kia Soul, there really were more Kia Souls in the world, and it's not just that I see them more.
That's why I was confused about her. Because you're like, there's hairs all over me all the time.
And there's lots of bugs.
And there's bugs and hairs and Kia Souls.
And everyone's scamming me.
Yeah. Imagine if,
you should write down the times I say stuff like this, though, just in case. Just in case.
In case I have to like build a...
In case you need to send me somewhere.
Well, for one, she feels hairs all over her all the time.
Yeah.
And
she thought earwigs were filling her head up when she was a kid.
That's a kid thing. You
I
can
know,
do
but
that.
that's evidence you can use. It's been going on for a long time.
Okay, yeah.
Just saying, if you want to commit me, if you want me out of your life, Ali,
here's the thing.
You can do it.
Don't want that at all. If anything, I'll go to the mental hospital and you'll be like banging your head against the wall and I'll be like, oh, so she can't have fun?
Yeah.
Oh, a girl can't be a girl anymore.
I think I would probably, if I was in a mental hospital, I'd probably be going back to the horse girl thing. Imaginary horse galloping around.
You'd be brushing your
just doing that in the fields.
You'd sleep standing up.
Yeah. I think it would be nice for me.
Yeah, maybe you need that.
Go back to my inner child.
You know all those vacations that you take because you're you feel like burnt out? Not all of them. You don't take like a week, but like when you take a vacation because you feel burnt out, maybe you should go to a pasture and pretend you're a horse for the entire
I think
time.
That would solve
and
everything.
That'll really recharge you.
Oh man. Oh man. Imagine finding that out that's all I need for self-care.
Yeah.
Man.
That would be like am I the asshole for leaving my wife?
Yeah.
Because I found out her work trips are really just her running around in the pasture like a horse. That's
eating oats.
Yeah.
Eating oats from a trough.
She tells me to feed her an apple with my hand, and if I curl my fingers a little bit, she'll bite my fingers and tell me to lay them
stressed
flat.
out. Welcome to Worthless Clowns.
Welcome to Worthless
Podcast about
Clowns.
stupid we are. I'm Brittany Cardwell, Britannis Cardwell on Instagram.
And I'm Ali O'Neill. You can follow me on Instagram at It's Ali O'Neill.
Yeah.
And follow us on YouTube, follow us on Instagram.
Yeah.
And Brittany's got a special taping coming up.
I got my special taping coming up. I just said what you said.
Yeah.
It's December 3rd.
I was waiting for you to say the details, but then you were just excited about the idea.
Yeah, it's happening.
You're
it's
like,
coming
yeah, I am.
December 3rd, 8 o'clock, 10 o'clock at the Gutter in Williamsburg. It's going to be so fun. Gaster Almonte's hosting. Friend of the pod.
Former guest. One of the best guests.
Great guy.
Incredible man. Yeah, he's also fucking hilarious.
He's so funny. That's going to be great. And then Josh Johnson's there. Also friend of the pod. Lucas Connolly. We got to get him on still. And Ali will be there too.
I'll be there.
Yep.
That's right.
She made great posters for me.
Made some good posters.
Everyone's like, this is a sick poster.
Really?
And I'm like, I know.
Oh, that's good.
Christiana said that.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, also a previous guest of the pod.
Oh,
look at all the friends we have, huh?
Yeah, we have so many friends.
They're all real too. It's not all just networking.
2 of them. We named 2 people and we're like, look at how many friends we have.
Doing pretty well with this friend thing.
All right, so I have a question for you.
Did we say everything we needed to say?
I think so.
Tell your friends about the pod.
Tell your friends about the pod, please.
Please.
And
also, we have something special for you guys today.
I know, that's what I was about to discuss.
Oh, good.
Should we do the special thing and then tell our stories?
Let's do updates real quick.
Okay.
Then Rat News, then our stupid stories.
Perfect.
All right.
Let's do it.
Great.
Updates?
I have a really good update.
Hell yeah, dude.
Okay. So, yesterday, I was on my lunch break and I was on the phone with Maggie Lally, friend of the pod. Oh my God, another friend. So many. After this, I'm gonna count up all my friends.
Okay.
There's more evidence if you want to commit me.
Oh my fucking... You know what?
I just have big lists of my friends everywhere.
Dude, the more you talk today, the more convinced. I have never in my life thought about committing you.
Well,
but
I
now
didn't talk to anyone today. Again, this is what happens.
Okay, anyway, you were talking
I was on the phone with Dwayne right before this, and I was being so normal. All right?
Yeah.
So I can do that.
Okay.
Anyway, I'm talking to Maggie on the phone, and I'm walking down the street, and I start to pass this tree, on my side, one of those big ones. And it has a branch.
A tree, one of those big ones.
Yeah, and I put my arms out.
You were like, one of those big ones? You know a tree, Ali. One of the big ones.
Man, I am going crazy. So I was walking towards it, and there was a branch like coming at me like this, right? And I kind of ducked to miss it. It was pointing right at me, and I didn't duck enough, and I had a ponytail in, and it got stuck. It looped me in my hair, a big chunk of hair like this, and I didn't really realize what happened yet, so I kept walking, and then I got pulled back. It must have looked so comical. It looks like I just got jerked back by this tree branch.
Dude, that is literally something that would like happen on Broad City.
Yeah.
And you were on the phone while it was happening?
I was on the phone. There were only a couple people around me at the time. I don't know if they saw it. I hope they saw it. I think it needs to have been seen.
Dude, I hope that they go on their podcast and talk about what they saw.
Yeah. Anyway, those are my updates. What are yours?
I only have one small update, and that's not last night, but the night before. Or maybe it was last night. No, maybe it was Tuesday night. Anyway, maybe it was. I don't know. It doesn't fucking matter. I was like, I got up in the middle of the night because Betty definitely had to shit. She was like being all like fidgety and shit, and then like I could hear her stomach like making noise.
No.
And so like the middle of the night, it was like fucking 1 a.m. I get up.
You can hear it and you can imagine what it might look like.
I know.
That's how it feels.
I know what it's gonna look like when she sounds like that. So I get up in the middle of the night, I have my glasses on, and I like walk outside. I take her out, she poops, and I come back inside, and there's a guy just like on my sidewalk, kind of just like hanging out, like not really, he wasn't like walking or doing anything, he was just hanging out.
Yeah.
And I walk by him and he goes, "Happy belated election day, sweetheart."
Oh my God. That's so scary.
It was like, I was like right near my door, and I think he was just like, he was not like a really threatening like guy. He was just probably like a little homeless or something.
Sweetheart.
Maybe a little bit crazy. And he was like, "Happy belated election day, sweetheart."
Oh, I said birthday. I don't know why.
Birthday. And so I like walk past him and I'm like, And then I open my door and I walk in and I burst out laughing. It's fucking 1 a.m.
Happy belated election day.
Happy belated election day, sweetheart.
Man, that's so good.
It was so funny.
Yeah.
It made me lose my mind. And then I went immediately to bed.
It feels like he's sitting in a room smoking a cigarette, and it's swirling all around him.
It feels like I came home late and I thought my parents would be asleep.
Yeah, and he turns the light on.
And he turns the light on. He's sitting in a chair, smoking a cigarette.
Yeah.
Happy belated election day, sweetheart.
That's the title of this episode as well.
Sweetheart. We're calling everybody who looks at the title sweetheart. I love that.
Man, that's funny. All right, should we do it?
Mm-hmm.
This is so exciting.
Let's put on our headphones.
Let's get our correspondent in here.
And thank you again to My Friend's Basement Studios for literally doing whatever dumb shit we need for our podcast.
Always last minute, too.
I know, literally.
Whoa, you sound so weird in the headphones.
Yeah, you sound weird, too.
I can hear myself breathe.
Yeah.
Man, that's what happens when I get anxious.
Oh, is Maxim talking to us? Oop, never mind. Nope,
I
never
can
mind.
talk to you.
Oh,
loud and clear,
he's in here too.
There he is.
It feels like we're in a virtual reality, but
I know,
we're just using headphones. Maxim's here. Leah's coming.
Wow. Okay. Taking notes on this because clearly you're insane.
Just show them this episode.
Yeah.
They'll get it.
Okay, so for our Rat News, we have a Rat News correspondent. She's probably not going to be on every episode, but she's going to be on every one that she can make. It's my best friend from high school, LEAH PALAZZO. She fucking rules, so I'm going to call her up. Hello?
Hello, this is Rat News.
Hell yeah!
This is Rat News. Hey, Leah.
LEAH PALAZZO, how are you?
Oh man, I'm better now. We are all just God's creatures, and I'm the rat in the sewer that is this podcast. How you doing, girls?
We're good. I'm having some trouble today. Allie's going to send me to a mental institution.
She's just being like a little bit weirder than normal.
I'm being insane.
Oh, maybe it's the moon?
You know what I think it is? I need some rat news to clean my palate.
Oh,
That's why I said clean instead of clear.
You're in the right spot, even though rats are very dirty. I do want to ask you first, though. Did you guys intro the pod yet?
Yes, we did. We actually did it very, very well today. Probably 3 minutes in.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I know.
What is it? New Year's resolutions? All right. So, on to some rat news. All right. So, I wanted to talk about rats who vape because I thought that would be a good fit for this podcast. But sadly, everything about vaping rats is just like, their blood vessels deteriorate because of the nicotine. So we're just going to not do that.
Wait, you're bringing this up like everyone knows about vaping rats.
Yeah, I know. Wait, do you mean they test them to vape or rats are buying vapes?
I think it's got to be the latter, right? No, so I think you're correct, Brittany. I think I went rogue thinking that lab rats were a common parlance in testing things, but yeah, they're testing the vapes on the rats.
Mm-hmm.
And
holy shit, I bet they look really cool while they're doing it.
Yeah.
Oh, you know it. I Google image searched it and I thought I was just looking at pictures of you, Ali, but they were actually
what the hell? What the fuck?
Yeah, but it's bad for your organs. But I do have.
I think this is an intervention.
I think it's an intervention too. Actually, Leah called me and ran this by me first, and I was like, "Yeah, let's do it this way."
You're like, I was going to talk about raping vats. Oh my god, I said raping vats. Oh god. Vaping.
All this out.
I was going to talk about vaping rats, but all their organs fail and they die early, just like their mom.
Yeah. Oh God.
All right. So what is the real rat news? That's not gonna make me sad.
Yeah, the real rat news is just stupid animal headlines, much like the rats who vape. It took me a minute to find some good ones because there's so many stories. Like it's like animal abuse and neglect that are like so bad that they get coverage. You know?
Yeah.
So, but I got a couple good ones that I just thought I'd toss to you. So one is all animals are found safe after a fire destroys the barn at the Albany Therapeutic Riding Center.
Oh, we got safe rats. Safe rat news.
Wait, hold on.
Horses, but
see, rats can be horses.
Oh yeah,
rats can be crabs.
Animals. I'm still just imagining rats. This time though, I imagined a rat with a saddle.
They're just huge rats that you ride on therapeutically. Wait,
you know how Albany has those huge rats?
Oh, you mean the mayor? I got it. Got him.
All right, on to the next one. A couple in Canada opened up their drywall in their home to find 110 stuffed animals being used as insulation. Oh my god!
Actually, good idea though.
I thought it was going to be taxidermied, so I got excited. But when I opened it, it's actually like plushes.
Wow, that's really creepy though. Too, I do think it's a good idea, but I feel like the mindset of someone doing that is not good.
Yeah,
so that's scary.
I know. It feels like. Also, okay, there's no way. Okay, stuffed animals are so expensive.
Yeah.
Like one will be like $20. There's no way it's cheaper than the foam insulation that you spray into the walls.
No.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you're like isolated and you don't want to talk to anybody, but you need insulation, then you do that. So I can see it in a crazy person.
Brittany.
Oh my god. Do you have wait, how do you feel about the horses getting out of the fire?
I feel good that the horses got out of the fire. I think that it's ironic that it was a therapeutic riding center. Like, I guess I was reading it and there was like a lesson going on for like troubled youth, and they were doing like a riding lesson, and then like the instructor looked upwind and saw that like the barn was in flames.
Oh my god!
And so it was like everyone interviewed was like it was such a total loss, and I'm like, well, but then it was like, but the animals got out okay. And it's like, I feel like people who work at a therapy center wouldn't be like so pissed that their, table burned down, but whatever. maybe they saved all the level-headedness for the children, that
they were like, that's like when when someone who's like, oh, I practice meditation and now I'm a meditation coach, but they're like the most angry person, like they have anger problems. That's the reason they're doing meditation.
Yeah, totally. They were like, God, none of these kids are appreciating these horseback rides. It's not fixing them. I'm going to light the fucking barn on fire. I'm going to raise this place to the ground.
They got working at the Albany Therapeutic Riding Center as part of their parole for arson, and they're just like, man, these kids are so good. I'm just itching to get those twigs burning again.
They're literally like, oh, your parents got divorced. Oh, I'm gonna light this place on fucking fire.
Yeah.
All right, let's do one more Rat News headline. And
sure.
Thanks again, Leah. This is great.
Yeah. Oh my God. Perfect Rat News correspondent.
This enough news for you rats out there?
My final, I'm glad you only asked for one more because I only prepared 3. My
Hell yeah.
third and final one is an excerpt from the article Remembering the Contributions and Sacrifices of Animals in War. So it's
Dogs of War.
Dogs of War.
No, all donkeys. It's only about donkeys, the whole article.
They're the funniest animal of war because they're like the dorks.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, I love them, but I feel like they're disrespected in the animal community, right? So it's just funny.
And you know what? I'll be honest, they're disrespected in the human community too, because I thought, what a stupid article. Because they clearly, they know that they're goofy because they called the article Sacrifices of Animals in War. They didn't say respect the donkeys. It said the contribution of animals in war, but then the whole thing was about donkeys and a history of donkeys in war. And so I want to end on an excerpt from the poem about World Donkey Day.
Oh.
So mark your calendars. All right, here we go. Each 8th of May, we pause to praise
I'm
the
putting that on my
humble
calendar.
donkey and its ways. A call for care, a plea for respect, a plea that went unanswered. Sorry, that was a call for care, a plea for respect against neglect. We must protect, for cultures old and lives entwined, their stoic service uniquely defined.
Stoic? Nope.
Yeah.
Not a donkey.
No, they're literally like,
yeah.
Not stoic.
They're always like rocking back and forth too.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, no, they're absolutely goofy and foolish. But anyway, mark your cows. Thanks for having me.
Thank you so much, Leah.
Leah, I love you so much.
This has been great.
Thank you for coming on.
Rat News.
This has been Rat News. Leah, say bye.
Bye.
Bye. Love you. Bye.
Did she just go Rat News?
Yeah.
Oh man, that was great.
God, Leah's so
back to reality out of these headphones.
I know.
I feel so different.
I felt like I was in a sensory deprivation tank.
Me too. I felt
but it was
very
the
distant
podcast
from everything.
Yeah. I was like watching your lips move, but I couldn't hear it except for through the headphones. It was crazy.
When we first got them on, I felt like I didn't have to look at you anymore. It was weird. And then I was like, yes, you do. Like I had an argument with myself.
Yeah. You were like, be a person, Brittany. Be a person.
She's still right there. That was fun.
That was so great, yeah.
Great Rat News.
I know.
Amazing Rat News.
Incredible. Should we get into our stupid stories?
Yeah, let's do it. You want to go first?
Yeah, I got a short one.
Okay.
So, when I was in college, my senior year, I lived in a house in Binghamton, New York.
Mm-hmm.
And I lived with these 4 girls. And they all were friends and lived together beforehand.
Oh.
And you
came in, changed the dynamic?
Well, here's the thing. Like, I liked them. I thought they were nice. I didn't hang out with them very much. Like, we would go out every once in a while. But, like, I liked them. I thought they were cool and whatever. But I just, like, I don't know. I was working all the time. Like, I worked at a restaurant, so I worked nights and weekends and shit. Mm-hmm. And then, like, I don't know what happened. You know what? Maybe I do know. So there was a stray cat outside that I loved.
Yeah.
And I brought it in one night. And I was like, we're going to make this an indoor cat. And
This is
it's gonna be my
historic
cat.
rat news, by the way.
Historic rat news.
From the past.
Yeah. And so I like this cat, it would come, like it was kind of skinny and it was gray and fluffy. And I would like feed it all the time. So one night I was like, this is going to be an indoor cat.
Yeah.
I trapped the cat indoors.
Mm-hmm.
And then I wake up in the morning and my roommates are like, so the cat shit on the bath mat. And I guess the cat shit on the bath mat. And one of my roommates, the like nicest one of all of them, was describing the shit and like gagging at the idea of the shit.
That's like when we have memories of when Betty vomited and I'm gagging thinking about the vomit.
When we have those memories,
when we have memories together.
When we have memories of Betty's vomit together. And so, and then I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'll buy you a new bath mat. And I gave her money for it and stuff. And they let after the cat shit, they just let it outside and I never saw the cat again. And so.
That's kind of mean. I got to ask you.
I guess, but I think that they didn't know what to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So anyway, I did that. And then shortly after, they stopped talking to me as much.
Mm-hmm.
And there was like one night, it was like my very last semester.
Yeah.
I had all morning classes. I had classes at like 8 a.m. and 10 a.m. Because I like worked in the evenings.
Yeah.
And so I would like go to class, go home, do a little bit of like homework and studying and stuff, lay down for an hour, and then go to my serving job.
Yeah.
Right. And like they decided to have like a party in the house like on a Tuesday night, and didn't tell me it was happening. And like, it was like blasting music on the first floor. And I texted them and I was like, hey, like, I don't mind that you have people over and whatever, but do you mind like turning the music down? And they didn't respond. And I was like, oh my God.
I remember this kind of thing happening a lot in college.
Yeah, and I was like, they're definitely like mad at me. It might have been the cat thing. It could have been something else. They wanted the cat in too, by the way.
Yeah.
But anyway, so then things got really sour and we like stopped talking. So the last entire semester of school, we did not talk to each other.
Oh, man.
And I moved out without saying goodbye and stuff.
And they all still talked.
Yes, because they're all friends.
So you know that they were talking about it.
Yeah, I'm sure they were. And I just like don't even, maybe it bothered me at the time. I don't remember it bothering me too much. I had so much going on. But like, I knew they were talking about, they were probably like, God, she's a bitch, right? You know? But also, I don't know, they were friends since like their freshman year and everything. Yeah. So I was like, I don't know, dude, they're like friends on their own. And I wasn't like super close with them. We'd hang out like a little bit, but.
You're this girl that comes out of nowhere, like in school, where they're like, what are you guys talking about?
Yeah, that's me. I just show up in the kitchen. I'm like, you guys talking about something cool? And they're like, no. So anyway, I move out. I don't really talk to them. I don't hate them or anything. Like, I think the party thing was kind of rude, but whatever, who cares? Like, it doesn't matter now at all.
Yeah.
Then maybe like a year after I graduated, I was on LinkedIn looking for a job, and I was like friends with them all on LinkedIn, and there was like a thing that was like, oh, it's this person's birthday, and it was my old roommate. Like, wish them a happy birthday. And so I like go into the chat. I'm just like fucking around.
Yeah.
I go into the chat and I'm just like looking through the GIFs.
Yeah.
And like I find a GIF of like the Teletubbies dancing.
Yeah.
And I just like click on it to look at it bigger.
Uh-oh.
And then I probably click on it a few more times, but I don't send anything.
Why are you clicking on it multiple times?
Because I wanted to look at it.
Oh, okay.
I wanted to look at the GIF. Like,
you
bigger.
Put it away, you're like, wait, I'm not done.
I was like, I gotta look back at that.
It's just a dancing Teletubby.
It's Teletubbies, yeah. And I thought it was like funny. I don't know. I was looking at it a lot. I don't know why. This happened years ago. I don't know why I was looking at these dancing Teletubbies a lot, but I needed to look at them.
I'm writing this down for you.
There's way more you can fucking write down, dude. But so then I like close out the window and then I finish my day at work and I don't think about it that much. A couple of days later, I get a LinkedIn.
I didn't think about it. You weren't like, oh, that was a good Teletubby.
I probably was.
Yeah.
Look, I was probably thinking about that.
But you looked at it enough to have it in your imagination.
Yeah,
That's why you looked at it so much.
I just replayed it in my... What's the eyeball version of your phonological loop?
Damn, I forget what it is.
Is there really a name for it?
I think it's like iconic memory or something like that.
I mean, those Teletubbies are icons.
But guys, I think this is an outdated model though. But I think that's what they used to call it.
So a couple days later, I get like a LinkedIn notification.
Yeah.
And then I go to my LinkedIn and it's that roommate.
Yeah.
Whose birthday it was a couple of days ago. And then I look in the chat and she's like, ha ha ha, what? And then I see that there's like 10 gifts of the Teletubbies. I had like not talked to her for like probably more than a year, left on a bad note, and then on LinkedIn, of all places, sent her
it's
no
the weirdest
words.
place to communicate with a person you really know.
Dude, no words.
Yeah.
Only 10 gifts.
You didn't even say happy birthday. Oh, right. Because you weren't there for that. You were just looking at it.
And I sent 10 gifts of Teletubbies, no words.
Oh my God.
And she's like, ha ha ha, what?
Yeah.
And then
it's like you're being so aggressive by hitting it so many times. Sending her
I kept
10,
looking at the gift.
Just flooding her message.
Because I kept wanting to look at the Teletubbies.
Yeah.
And then I was like, ha ha, sorry. I saw it was your birthday and I looked at the gifts on LinkedIn and then I found this Teletubbies one and I was just looking at it. I didn't know it was sending. Anyway, I hope you're well.
Man, it's actually kind of surprising she responded because that looks really insane.
Dude, she could have not responded.
You would have never known.
And I never would have known that I did that. And we all could have lived a normal life. But she was like the nicest, like most normal person out of all of them. And she was like, ha ha, what? I'm gonna see if
you've been okay.
Yeah. And I'm like, hope you've been happy birthday. Hope you've been well. Sorry.
Man, that is so funny.
It was so crazy.
Oh man.
I bet I could still find it. It's probably still in my LinkedIn messages.
I'm going to send you a bunch of dancing Teletubbies soon.
Yeah. And not talk to me for a year and then send me 10 gifts of dancing Teletubbies.
If you want me out of your life, that's what I'll do.
I don't like this narrative.
I'll get back in.
I don't like this fucking narrative, Brittany. Jesus Christ, you're scaring the viewers.
Yeah. It could end at any moment.
Hey, stop
listen to every episode in full.
No.
I'm just kidding. It's not.
This is going to go on forever. We're going to be your friends forever. Anyway.
Yeah. Unless I don't know who you are because my mind.
Oh, your mind slips?
Yeah.
You think you're like, you have dementia or whatever?
Yeah.
All right.
Why else would I be acting like this?
Wait, what's your stupid story?
I'm trying to decide between two. Okay, I'll tell this one. I think it's shorter. All right. So this is, I was reminded of this on my trip to Delaware, which I'll tell on the next pod because I forgot to do that. But Daniel, who you know, Crow, funny comedian.
Daniel Crow, great comedian. Incredible at trivia.
Oh, yeah.
He's like tried out for Jeopardy multiple times. And he's like gotten really, really close.
He knows
everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was telling me he knows like 95%.
That's so nuts.
So anyway, we were talking about like noise music. He likes noise music. I like some of it, but I don't really know a lot of it. I like Death Grips, but that's the only one I can really think of. Yeah. And it reminded me of in college, I had this friend named Nick, and it was a friend of a friend, but I saw him like pretty frequently.
Yeah.
So and he started a noise band that was basically, it was called 6,000 Years in the Future.
Hell yeah.
And it was just noise. It was like static.
I love a band name that's just a sentence.
Yeah, me too. I feel like there used to be a lot of them, like around that time, like 2007 or whatever. Yeah. So we started this noise band. It's just him, like playing around with noises, and he would have shows, and he's just sitting there tweaking stuff around, and it's like,
yeah,
you know,
yeah. No, it sounds like You know, remember those like pencil sharpeners that were electric?
Yeah.
That you'd put your pencil in, it would automatically go. It sounds like if you put a fucking crayon in one of those.
Yeah.
That's what noise music sounds like to me. Sorry, Death Grips, if you're listening.
So for one of his shows, he was like, because, you know, it sucks for him to just stand up there and tweak some stuff around and noise come out. Like he wants it to be more entertaining than that. Mm-hmm. Also, it was half a joke, you know?
Oh, yeah.
I feel like all my friends were like that. Like they wanted to have a band, but everyone was kind of a comedian. So they weren't serious.
Yeah.
And so he calls it 6,000 years in the future and it's not a real band.
Yeah.
But he treats it like it is.
Totally, yeah. Yeah.
And then I had my band where I did that.
That's
me
right.
and my boyfriend.
Yes.
We were serious and we did shows, but it was all just us goofing off.
What was the name of it again? Dr.
Kwan, PhD.
Dr. Kwan, PhD. God, this is so early 2000s, like ironic.
Yeah. I know.
Like nobody can do anything like in a real way.
Yeah.
You're just like, yeah, let's like start a band called Dr. Kwan, PhD after my boyfriend's dentist.
Yeah. Good memory.
I remember everything you say.
I know. Well, you have a good memory.
Watch it.
Anyway, he wanted to make it interesting. So he's like, all right, for this show, I want to just during the show, I want to just make myself vomit on stage. Right?
That's so cool.
And he thought that would be fun. And that's apparently Daniel was like, oh yeah, that's like a thing in noise music.
Yeah.
Just doing something disgusting.
I'm so sorry to interrupt, but one time Lady Gaga like threw up. She like drank a green liquid and threw up on a woman on stage and everybody was mad about it.
No, that's awesome.
It's really cool.
Also,
but
it's just liquid. It was barely in your stomach acid at all.
And then also like the person she threw up on agreed to it.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was dumb.
I think it's fun.
Anyway, I think
it's better than what happened here.
Oh no. Wait, what happened? I can't.
So he's like, yeah, I'm going to vomit on stage during this one song. It's like one of his longer ones or something. And he has a jar up there. The song's going. He starts trying to make himself vomit and he can't get it to work.
Wait, he was going to vomit into the jar?
I guess there was a jar. I don't know why. I guess maybe the venue or something.
Oh, yeah.
He didn't want to just like be shitty, but he couldn't get himself to vomit.
Oh my God.
For like 10 minutes, he's gagging himself. And it actually is disgusting because he truly is just gagging himself for like, I'm about to gag now thinking about it. He's like sweating. He's leaning over this jar. He's not giving up on it for like 10 minutes straight.
No.
And I actually don't remember if he did vomit. I think he didn't because I think I would remember and be like so relieved.
Dude,
you know?
He's like trying to vomit on stage. He's like, sorry, this never happens to me.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like when a dude can't get his dick up because he's too drunk.
Yeah.
God.
It was so gross, way grosser than the vomiting. And it was like very hard to watch. Mm-hmm. And we all were like, when is he going to stop? It was awful. I don't think anyone liked it at all.
He should have like drank something that makes you throw up.
Yeah.
You can throw up if you have like a little bit of hydrogen peroxide.
I think he didn't think about it at all. He was like, I'll just stick my fingers down my throat.
I've never successfully stuck my fingers down my throat and vomited.
Me either. And I used to have an eating disorder.
Yeah.
Yeah. I tried a couple times. I was like,
only
this is way too hard.
Like, I tried a couple times only because I was like, I'm way too drunk.
Oh, yeah.
And I need to throw up.
I think I tried for that reason one time.
And I could never do it. So.
Yeah, even when I'm already a little nauseous.
Hey, throat goats.
Throat goats. I can't believe I agreed to that.
I knew if I did it fast enough, then you'd be like...
I'm like, yes, okay.
I knew if I put my fist up to bump you, you'd get excited about the fist bumping and not think about what you were about to say.
I was like, I got to do this.
Yeah, you were like, oh, yeah. I can't wait to touch.
It was like you blinded me to the words that you said.
That's exactly it.
Wait, did you send me the post you want me to read?
Yeah,
oh, yeah, you did.
In your texts.
Okay. Are we ready for this?
Oh, I'm ready. We're about to read a post off the internet. From, boom. Am I the asshole?
From Today I Fucked Up.
Oh, Today I Fucked Up. Let's go.
I'm not going to read the headline.
All right. Okay.
I've had a number of job interviews recently that went poorly and did not result in securing employment.
Hell yeah, dude.
That sounds like he wrote that for a CV.
Yeah, I know.
Like the wording is too...
Hello, I would like to secure employment.
Like he used a thesaurus to replace words.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
I started to think I needed to do something during an interview to really stand out and be impressive, unique, and highly memorable. I thought it could be risky, but it might work out. I came up with the following idea. After concluding the interview, after the shakes, etc., when leaving the room, stop, turn around, and say, "There's one more thing you need to know about me."
Why does this sound like it was written by you? This sounds like something. This sounds like you at like 10 years old.
Yes.
Fantasizing about what a job interview is like.
It does. That's exactly how this feels to me too. Man, I really get this guy. Okay, so there's one more thing you need to know about me. Then pull out a bottle of hot sauce and down the entire bottle, slam it to the ground and say, "I can handle the heat." And then nod confidently and leave the room. This is so good. He's like, also, this is me at 10.
Yeah.
Because I was always eating hot sauce to impress my dad.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. I didn't realize this would be so personal, Brittany.
This is so good.
This is so funny.
I love this.
Dude, imagine.
Nod confidently.
He says the nod confidently out loud after he does it. Nod confidently.
Oh, whoops. And then he writes, "Boom." I would also write that.
Yes, I know.
Jeez.
It's so strange. It feels
like someone is just making fun of me. Did someone write this in my voice?
I don't think so.
Is this a spec script?
No,
for
I think
me?
it's just a different autistic person.
I imagined that they would be really impressed and wowed by such a performance.
Is this kid like 14 years old? Is he 14 years old trying to get a job at fucking State Farm Insurance?
Yeah, Pizza Hut or something. Oh, yeah, no, that's funnier.
Thanks, Brittany.
Yeah. I imagine they would be impressed and be wowed. Well, it didn't pan out like I thought it would. It was only a small bottle of hot sauce. That's why he thinks it wasn't big enough.
It wasn't going to work. Oh, God.
I figured it would be no big deal, actually, to do. I should have tested at home first, but I didn't. I was a nervous bitch ass during the interview.
He was nervous not about the interview, but about chugging the hot sauce after.
But I was determined to follow through with the plan. So I started exactly as described above. I was leaving. I turned around, maybe not with as much swagger as I imagined in my head. Turn around, move your hips.
He's like,
then.
One more thing.
Thing you got to know about me. I declared, there's one, he's saying it again.
I love it.
There's one more thing you need to know about me. I pulled out, I wonder if he practiced that a lot in the mirror and like emphasized different words, you know?
Yeah. But without chugging the hot sauce.
He should. That's the main thing to practice.
I know. That's the hardest part of it.
You gotta know that's going to work out. I pulled out the hot sauce bottle, almost dropped it, and started to open the bottle. He's already like choking. He's like
afraid of it. Also, it's like, I'm sorry to interrupt, but it's also like, if you are going to do this like party trick to impress them, make sure it's a party trick you can do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Totally. Mm-hmm.
Not like something that you're terrified of doing.
Not just a thing you think is impressive if it is done.
I know.
You have to know that you have that ability.
Yeah, totally. It's like if you finish a job interview and you're like, and now I'm gonna eat 3 spiders, and you're like, like on Fear Factor.
I'm actually getting a little mad because I know I could have done this. It could have been me.
Don't you dare say that, because I will bring a bottle of fucking hot sauce and I'll make you drink it.
I don't want to do it, but I can do it.
I'm gonna fucking do it, dude. I'll make sure you don't have a show later.
Depends on the type.
What type?
Also, remember I did that
Well, no, hold on. What type of hot sauce do you think you could chug?
Well, I could be good with something lighter. I could have that much. But I can eat a lot of hot sauce that's spicy.
What about like Tabasco?
But I couldn't chug a whole. I think I could do it, but I would have an ulcer.
Okay.
I don't want to do it, but I know I can do it.
I'm gonna surprise you one of these days.
Well, that's not something I want to do. Okay. I could do it if a gun was to my head, for sure.
Okay, I'll bring a gun and a bottle of hot sauce.
Or if I really wanted this job. Give me a job I want, then I'll do it.
Oh, God.
But I was thinking of the time I did that. It's called Hot Sets. Did you
yes.
come to that?
Yes, I came to it.
Yeah, I thought you were there.
I've done it as well, yeah.
It was really fun. Were you a hot pepper person?
Yeah, because, okay, so Hot Sets is a show where they pull the comics' names out of the hat, and one person has to eat an entire hot pepper while they're doing their set. Mm-hmm. It's like it's a very fun show. Mm-hmm. But what they do is, behind the scenes stuff. Yeah. They're like, who is willing to do it?
Yeah, yeah.
And I was the only person willing to do it. Yeah. And in fact, I wanted to.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
I was so excited to do it.
Both of us were like, being influenced by watching Jackass.
Yeah. And wanting to impress my dad.
Yeah, that's right. And wait, when you did Hot Sets, what were you going to say?
Well, when I did it, I wasn't that worried because I'm pretty good with hot stuff. But whatever I ate, I forget which pepper it was. It was the hotter one of the choices.
I think there's a jalapeno and a habanero.
I think I did habanero.
Yeah, me too.
Definitely not jalapeno. I could handle that easily. Easily, Dad.
Okay, wow, this is a lot of big talk, dude.
I could eat a whole jalapeno.
All right, I'm bringing one in. I can eat a whole jalapeno.
Anyway, so I did the set and I didn't expect it to affect me as much as it did.
Yeah.
And I was like, I felt like I was high immediately.
Yeah.
I had so much like adrenaline.
Yeah.
And I was like drooling during my set. Yeah. And I couldn't focus at all.
Yeah.
But it was very fun.
Yeah. No, I had a lot of fun doing that too.
Yeah.
I chugged like half the gallon of milk after and I felt sick.
Oh, gross. I don't think I drank the milk.
I drank a lot of the milk.
So this guy...
Oh, yeah. Anyway, back to the post.
This is so good. I love this. Okay.
So he...
he's... Okay. So he fumbles with the hot sauce bottle, right? He almost drops it. In my head, it was all one quick, confident motion, like electric Indiana Jones.
Like electric Indiana Jones?
But instead, I fumble around. I had a tough time getting it open. I felt like a nightmarish eternity. It felt like a nightmarish eternity, but it was probably only 20 seconds. Enough time for one of the interviewers to ask me what I was doing.
Too long. 20 seconds to get it open is too long.
I didn't answer directly. Instead, after I got the bottle open, I repeated, "There's one more thing you need to know." He said it 3 times. This is the 3rd time he said it. You can't do that.
This is a Tim Robinson sketch.
I know. This is so good. Then I guzzled down the entire bottle of hot sauce. I instantly regretted it. My mouth and throat felt like lava swirling around inside of me. I immediately started to gag and loudly cough. I was crying involuntarily, tears hardcore streaming down my face. I was sweating like a terrible fool. I desperately tried to scream, "I can handle the heat!"
Just like drooling and crying, like beet red, being like, I can handle the heat.
But I just kept coughing before I could get anything out. The interviewers were all standing up looking at me in horror and confusion. A few seconds before I threw up all over the floor. Whoa, he threw up immediately.
He threw up all over the floor.
This guy knows how to use his finger.
I know, this is what your buddy should have done. Yeah. Oh, we got another vomit episode on the fucking pod. Vomit. Jesus, all we do is talk about puke.
I knew it would happen, but I tried to hold it back. I couldn't. I threw up all over the floor. It hurt as much on the way out as it did on the way in, if not more. The vomit felt like flaming barbed wire shredding its way through my neck. This is a guy where I'm like, he had someone read this draft.
No, totally. 100%.
Oh, I like the barbed wire shredding your neck line.
That's great metaphor.
I should mention a disturbing amount of fiery mucus was also leaking out of my nose uncontrollably. After I finished throwing up, I could not bear to look at the interviewers. I hoarsely mumbled an apology and started to stumble as quickly as possible out the door. Never been more shamed in my life. Didn't get the job. This is one of the best stories I've ever heard. And it is because it's like a Tim Robinson sketch.
Yeah.
There's just one thing you need to know about me.
20 seconds of fumbling with a bottle of hot sauce. And then they're like, "What are you doing?" And he's like, "There's one thing you have to know about." Says it again. Chugs, throws up.
He probably acted so normal in the actual interview too. I
know.
I bet he just answered questions and he was like,
he was probably just like a regular,
I know Excel or whatever.
Yeah.
He does this.
He's like, "I've worked in sales for 20 years.
Yeah. And here's the thing. I know everyone you're interviewing is going to say that. So here's one more thing you need to know.
Yeah.
He's just like thinking he's saying the same stuff as everyone else.
Yeah.
So he's got to stand out.
Totally.
But
this man
if
is
you're
a
gonna
hero.
stand out, it's got to be relevant to the job.
Yes.
Like this isn't a hot sauce sales job.
I think that's what he was missing.
Yeah.
I think that's the blind spot he had that led him to this.
He's just doing some trick.
Yeah. Totally.
That's like if I was like, here's one more thing you need to know about me. And I wiggle my ears for like 45 seconds.
Yeah.
And I keep going, wait, one at a time.
You're in a job interview. You're in a job interview for your job. And you're like, there's one thing you have to know about me. And you do your fucking
Pretty
horse
good.
noise.
That's pretty good. You been practicing?
No.
Oh, I thought maybe you were practicing for me. I asked Dwayne to practice that for me.
Oh, really?
No.
You're like, Dwayne, I know this is a little fucked up, but
You know what I want for Christmas?
I need you to be a horse.